Hey guys, we are live. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is starting to get a little bit more sunny. We're in Aspen, Colorado. Along with Randy Stokos, the living legend, I am Jason DeBeas, and we are live. This is going to be fun. This matchup right here, Carly Wopat, Katie Pyles, opponents last year, teammates this year, Randy.
They must have seen something that they liked, pairing up, being the number one seed. Carly Wopat, for me, probably the most physical beach volleyball player really that I've seen. I don't know if she's got the record to prove what goes along with her physique, but she is going to be certainly one to try to beat in this tournament at the Motherlode.
Yeah, great blocking presence at the net. Pretty good, very good service. Former indoor player at Stanford University, so she brings that first hit. She immediately brought that first hit from indoor to the beach, which made it easy, which made the transition a little bit more seamless, if you will.
I was lucky enough to go and watch her at a young age in Santa Barbara at DP Dos Pueblos, playing against our child's kids, Emily Rotman. My other half, Susie Rotman, used to play in Santa Barbara. We had a championship game. I saw one of the most incredible plays from Carly Wopat that I've ever seen. I saw her hit a ball out of the middle, bounce the ball off of a defender's head. Defender couldn't even get the ball. I mean, her hands up that quick. It was unbelievable in a roaring, ruckus crowd in Santa Barbara in one of the championship matches in high school. But she's a former national team player. She'd been on the team playing for a number of years, and now she's transitioned out to the beach, and she's definitely on her way.
Yeah, and let's talk about their opponents. We got Maddie and Maddie, if you will. Maddie Bergdahl, Maddie Harris, still in college uniform, wearing the white. We'll get the little camera shot on them now. Here's the camera shot of the match. And great attitude, positive. It's really good. They got sustainable positive energy from beginning to end. They could be down by 10, they could be up by 10, and you'd never even know.
I think one of the things that we're going to love to see is Harris and Bergdahl is that they've played already a match, and they beat Carlson and Clancy 21-17, 21-15. So, playing already a match this morning, you got your motor going. So let's see if Wopat and her partner Pyles can go in and match it up, and I'm sure that they're going to be up to the challenge.
All right, we're in the beginning of the first set. We're on camera 4, people. Thank you for having us in your living room. Spread the word, because everyone might have been expecting this to be Facebook Live, but this is YouTube Live. We enjoy the comment section. There's the first play of the game. A little bit of wrist away by Katie Pyles to open this up and strike first blood for last year's finalist.
What's up, girl?
Okay, we're rolling on the camera too. Serve out of the middle. Bergdahl, what we call a J-hook pass. Jeff Samuels, I got that from him, a J-hook pass.
The conditions are a lot different. 8,000 feet, ball's going to be floating. Things are going to be moving quite a bit. You really got to get your platform solid. And there's a good little pass straight ahead, swinging at a ball cross court. There's an opportunity. Wopat with a nice set. Good swing from the left side. Point.
Man, does Katie Pyles get off this pack sand or not?
I don't know how many times this team has played together, but it seems like that they are in tune already with their pass set hit.
I think, and the higher the level you play, you just want a partner where you don't have to deal with your partner, right? And that's half the battle. And both of these girls get along, and as they look for 4, line over, Katie Pyles with relative ease.
Yeah, nice little pass straight up at the line, and now she looks it up and over the block for a nice easy point. Now up 4-0. It's tough when you get down all of a sudden 4-0 in your first or your second game, but they're first, and Harris and Bergdahl now down in a little bit of a hole.
Expect her to go back to the middle. No, that one kind of drifts to Bergdahl. There's the drifter set. Maddie. That ball left balloons out of bounds. No touch. And just like that, 5-0.
You're swinging against Carly Wopat. She's getting up, Ball goes out just a little bit long as she's now Wallpat's blocking line. Let's see how they react to here. So she's going to stop the line, and she does.
There's a good cover.
And she stays with it, and she gets the overset and an easy tap down for Carly Wopat.
Man, batting cleanup, if you will, Carly Wopat. She could be my bodyguard anytime, man.
Yeah.
She's got muscles in places I don't have places, Randy.
No, she is a specimen.
Let's just talk about the elephant in the room. Right?
She is a specimen. She is incredible. I remember seeing her and her sister, Sam Wopat, going to Stanford originally, and they were like just two incredible athletes. Really fun to watch.
And here's the switch. Oh my goodness. 7 Love, the switch. Not getting paid by the hour, Randy, is Katie Pyles and Carly Wopat.
In tournaments before my day, Ron Lang would say 8-0 is game, but unfortunately there is the mistake and serves out long. They get a French fry to start off with, 1-7.
And finally, Maddie will serve. I'm going to just use Maddie. That's Maddie Harris to serve. So Maddie Bergdahl is M-A-D-D-Y, and she's M-A-D-D-I. Katie Pyles just feeling really, really good about that jump, feeling really, really good physically. We were talking about what a good physical specimen Wopat was, but how about Pyles just out there in charge?
Well, there's not a whole lot of a choice here. You either go to Carly Wopat and expect some big heat, or you go to her partner Pyles and expect some more heat. And here is Carly back to serve. Up 8-1, goes to the middle, backs off as a defender. Here's an opportunity. Should be a big swing, or actually a little touch. Doesn't score there. And there's a little bit of a mistake. There's a point opportunity that went awry. Point goes for Harrison Bergdahl.
Now, do you see the smile? Like, if you didn't have the scoreboard up, you would have thought they were up. They were up by 7.
It's a very unique game right now. You want to stay positive and, don't want to fold to your partner and making things look bad. Now there's another point opportunity, poking it around, and now we scored and got now back into a little bit of a game, down by 5.
And here they are, actually 3-1 off the switch. Excuse me, sorry. Bergdahl to serve. Bergdahl, the full-time defender. Serve out of the middle. Another J-hook pass. Carly Wopat, free ball opportunity. And that ball, Luff balloons out of bounds. That is Luff balloon count for the day, 23.
And as I can see right now, Carly Wopat came in on the national team being a middle blocker, so obviously she's not touching the ball in terms of passing her first contact. Ball did get a touch, so all of a sudden there's 3 in a row, now 4-8 climbing back into this game. So Carly's got a little trouble passing the ball, it seems like. There's a nice little set, comes back to the line, and Pyles just goes and puts the ball down the line with an easy little tap down.
What a great volleyball name, too. Katie Pyles.
Yeah.
Piling it on, if you will. 9-4 is the score. But a little bit of momentum shift, right? Again, contingent on what happens next on this side-out attempt by the Maddies. Serve out of the middle, and man, let's have a conversation about that. Is that the kind of serve you just take your time a little bit? That was almost like an after. That was like an after virtual whistle serve.
It's the understanding of where you want to go really has to be thought out and understood how you want to serve and what you want to do. In regards to serving, take your time. Yeah. Take that extra moment to understand what you want to do and execute the serve. There's a ball on too. Carly Wopat just rolls that ball in. And the side switch, now they go up 10-5.
Doubling the score are the number 1 seeds, the heavy favorite to win this whole thing on this center court. Excuse me, got to clear my throat a lot. I got a delivery coming. Some throat drops. It's been a rough 2 weeks for me. Wopat to serve. Expect them to go back to Bergdahl. They do. Zone 1. Bergdahl. Better pass. Up and down set that drifts inside. Doug. Looking to get to 11. Katie.
Just out with a little chop down the line, Jason. You want to have that back. Point opportunity.
Yeah, she wants to have that back because there wasn't a defender within 10 feet of it. It was the right move. Line over was the right way to go, and execution is the key in this game, I guess. Bergdahl to serve. Bergdahl going to Wopat. Perfect pass. Up and down set. Wopat. Wow. Elevator up, elevator down for the Stanford outside hitter.
And Carly goes and makes a nice pass, pushes the ball straight ahead of her, gets outside approach, comes in strong. If you continue to do that, the blocker must make a move. Then the court opens up for us as a hitter. You got to come in hard, and if you do, court will open up.
Carly Wopat, full-time firefighter, LAFD, if you will. She played this tournament last year with Katie Spieler, and her and Katie were club teammates growing up. So it was pretty cool. She had a pretty cool partner last year and an even cooler partner this year. A more elongated, more a bigger version of Katie Spieler, if you will, is Katie Pyles. So she dropped to Katie and wound up with a Katie.
Oh, there was a good opportunity, but Katie, got a little cut shot, and
Wow, 7-11.
Pyles couldn't get that ball up. I got to use that net, pop that ball up, pop it into the net, let Carly go after it.
Harris to serve. Harris is going to go back to zone one and a very good serve. And Pyles line over gets dug. A little swipe, and sometimes you got to touch it, but also sometimes you have to execute on that touch. Randy.
That's right. We'd like to try to get two hands on that ball, pop that ball up into the middle of the court anywhere. Get a point opportunity as Carly Wopat now up 12-7, back to serve.
Wopat to serve. She's got a pretty good mixture. She's got a good jump floater. She's got a good jump serve, heavy top spin, and I think right now they're playing such good defense. She's just going more for placement than power or serve to space. Wow. There's again, speaking of plays that she'd want back, right? You're trying to keep this momentum, keep the score going, and take care of the little things.
Yeah,
it's instrumental.
And it seemed to me, Jason, that Carly went back to serve, not knowing really where the ball's going to go, just serving the ball in the middle of the court wasn't all that effective serve. And you got to be an effective server to make things happen.
Okay pass, creating her string out of the middle. Pyles, she loves that turn and wrist away. A very rangy hitter, in fact, on that. You have a decision maker as a blocker as we enter the technical timeout. 13-8 is a technical timeout. I'm going to actually see if I can get my camera to go back to one of the other games. Here we go.
We're at the technical timeout right now, and we've got another team kind of warming up. Everybody's taking advantage of 3 courts down lower here in Aspen at Cock Park for the 50th annual Motherlode tournament. Great turnout.
Yeah,
this is the second round of the Women's Open. Receding is the light, or I should say the shade on the court right here, and we're kind of opening up on our second court, which is main court.
Yeah.
We're totally covered half and half early on about an hour ago, and as it's receding now, we're getting our main court all lit up.
Wow, here's a great shot right here of John Hamilton, J.D. Hamilton, you just met out of New Orleans, playing with John Mesco as we're in the middle of the technical timeout. J.D. Hamilton, longtime player, has not made it in the main draw in Hermosa Beach, and this year was his first one. And the volleyball community, their hearts just poured out because they know how good a human being he is and how much he loves the sport. So it was pretty cool.
More than cool was his reaction to me. Anybody doesn't really know, I played the game for 21 years. I did a lot in the sport, and his reaction to me was really almost eye-tearing in regards to what he means to the sport. And when you have that respect, you're going to go a long ways.
He's an old soul. He can turn back the clock, and I mean, just looking at him on the court, he emulates a lot of the old school technique and the passing and holding your platform and all of those things that your coaches taught you, or not your coaches, or I don't know if you learned the game on your own, but what your coaches taught you.
We're fortunate enough to see 3 courts at once, but we are calling the center court right now. Harris Bergdahl against Pyles and Wopat. Now Wopat up 13-9. We're serve Pyles from the right side. There's a nice little cut shot.
Yeah. And what a great look before the cut shot. She scanned the court and then went back to the ball and saw the defense and the peel, saw the block peel, and saw the digger in her peripheral vision. And here we are, one apiece after the technical timeout. Wow. Left shoulder pass. Okay. Harris out of the middle gets dug. Pyles. Here's an option. And man, Bergdahl would love to have that one back. And
Yeah,
that's the first time I've seen her lose her smile for like a microsecond.
Yeah.
And now she's back to smiling.
Jason, it's amazing how you can go and touch that ball and just like not put enough on to for your partner not to get to that ball. You want that back so much. There's a nice pass straight ahead, gets the ball set outside and kind of a chop outside.
Yeah.
Another point goes to Wopat, now up 16-9. First game.
Yep. And Katie Pyles is serving. This is where youth and inexperience might come into play. I have this automatic thing. If you lose 3 points in a row, call timeout. You know, I mean, and don't wait till 20. What are you gonna be talking about at 20-9?
No,
Game of Thrones? You're not going to be talking about volleyball.
The game goes very quickly. You got to stop momentum. Here's another good opportunity for Wopat swinging from the right side, and that's why she is Carly Wopat.
Man, it's awesome. She played a little bit with Brittany Hochiver, in one of them, you know, the major goal series. You got rock star status. Someone just dropped off food, Randy.
That's my brother-in-law coming up here to go and see the bit of the tournament, but visiting with some friends. Back into the game. Here's another little chance. Again, the little touches. Yeah, I don't think you want to go and try to put that ball, that dig up on one. You want to transition and push to that pass in front of you so you get a swing at the ball. Don't try to go on too off balance.
Pyles with the serve. Score is 18-9. We're one away from the switch. There's an inside set. Harris. Got a little power behind that.
There we go.
A little lift off, huh?
That's right. That's what we want to see. Even the crowd is acknowledging it. A little bit of a swing, get a little bit of momentum, and that all starts with a pass. Nice set, good swing.
Yeah, checked all the boxes. She good elevation too. And again, you know, being down by so much, it can be about momentum going into game 2. Left shoulder serve, and man, we got a ball just go by on court, and nothing to see here as the teardrop cutover happens.
Yeah, but that's a very, very nice touch by Pyles, because normally when you get served to the middle of the court, when you go to the middle, you want to go back to the back to the line, and she cuts that ball. Nice control, really nice ball control as Carly Wopat now goes up 19-10. Back to serve.
2 points away from trying to secure the first game, and that pass got shot. And here we are, set point opportunity number 1. And we were talking a little bit about let's put some up and down on some of these passes. Let's put some height on some of these passes.
I think Carly Wopat just served that with some pace that it came out, and here comes another one. Better pass. Little chop, but Pyles is all over that. Goes on 2. Kind of a mistake.
She might have touched it.
Blocking area 1.
Oh, there's the cut. I think Carly might have touched that. I think she felt like she had to go. Rules for everybody listening, rules of beach volleyball. Block does, in fact, count as one of the contacts. So I'm not into the business of calling what I didn't see, but I think there might have been a touch on that.
As Maddie Bergdahl gets back to serve, they go to the right side. Or Pyles gets a nice, beautiful set. I love that one. Gets it out to the pin.
And that's the end of the first set, Randy. Winners 21-11. Checking all the boxes and all 6 fundamentals. They just passed better, they hit better, they blocked better, they served tougher. They set each other a little bit more accurately, and that's the result.
I think it's, these games go by so fast that you really got to slow down momentum. And how you do that is, really up to you, but it's, take time on the court, slow things down. There's an old saying in the game of volleyball, don't think. And when you can get your opponent to think, by just a couple seconds, taking that extra moment, well, that's where they can make errors and they can change up their thoughts. And I think that's exactly what Maddie have to do in the second game.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, you're afforded one timeout for each team, not including the technical timeout. Use it. Use it. That's what it's there for. And I'd like to see them do a little bit better job at that. So, on the other end of the spectrum, what do you see for KD, Pyles, and Wopat? Just doing more of the same, and if they don't make the adjustment?
Oh, I think that they can still get better. There was a lot of literally not really great touches, and I don't think that setting was all that great, but they'll figure it out. Like I said, we're at 8,000 feet. The ball is being, the thing floats. It's, you just kind of want to, be fundamental here as much as you can. And early on, you could see Wopat serving the ball out of the middle, serving the ball straight down the middle, didn't want to go to a line, didn't want to make any of those mistakes. And rightfully so. Want to keep momentum on your side and obviously get the ball in and score points.
One of the better float servers of the game, Carly Wopat.
Yeah.
Finished in style, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Just an emphatic, powerful fashion.
Yeah, and if you notice, Jason, when she served that ball from the left side, it gave her the opportunity to serve the ball cross court, which is going to give you just about a half step more in regards to putting pace on the ball. And so that was kind of nice to see, and she took advantage of it and scored a couple points. And ultimately, all you need to do is score one, and there's big pressure being put on your opponent.
As we come close to entering the second set, got a little bit of overhead sun, and the music's actually changed the mood, and it's just Randy, this is just a great place to be.
We're here in
Aspen,
Aspen, Colorado. Temperatures can go from 40 low to 85 during the day. So there's what's called peeling of the garments all day on and off, as all these players know. But it's what a beautiful surrounding, and it's the 50th annual Motherlode tournament. And it's just incredible to go and see all these people out here. 340 teams participating in this tournament. We're in the second round of the Women's Open on main court. Pyles, Wopat, Harris, and Bergdahl.
Yeah, we had a big grass tournament yesterday. A little bit of rain delay, but the bulk of those teams are grass. Everyone travels for this. It is one of the biggest grass tournaments of the year that rivals, like we mentioned before, Wapaka and of course the Pottstown Rumble in Pennsylvania.
Pottstown Rumble, one tournament that I really want to go and check out. This is my first time being a part of this event, and what an event it is.
All right, we're in the beginning of the second set as they reset the scoreboard for us. And there she is, reading the whole court, and that wrist away. When she's not hitting it, it drops like a ton of bricks, Randy.
And if the game looks a little bit different, the girls closer to us, they've kind of taken off some of their clothes, but they're the same team. They need to get and win this next game. There's a nice little pass in the middle of the court, a little pass that hit, a little chop to the line, and that's what they have to do. A little bit better ball control.
Yeah, I'd like to see. But like you said, they didn't set each other particularly well, and maybe that generates from, like you said, the low passing and the inaccurate first hit. But that second hit is going to be very, very important, because if you don't do that against Pyles, you don't do that against Wopat, it's going to be a long day. And as we serve out of the middle, creating string out of the middle, and we got a Nemo in the net. Little Spider-Man does whatever a spider can, and scores 2-1. For the heavy favorites, the tournament heavy favorites, the number one seed, Carly Wopat, KD Pyles, little Daddy Yankee in our life, and there's a testament of what we were talking about. That ball's out, and man, did they dodge a bullet, huh?
Yeah, they sure did. Carly Wolpat's got to go up there and swing at that ball. There is nobody up, and you can see she's a little tentative. Remember, they're not being able to practice all that much, and they're not acclimated to the 8,000 foot elevation, and the ball flies a little longer. So she wants to keep that ball in and not attack. But then she gets blocked, and there it is. There's a timing of this game to go and shoot and hit, and sure enough, she takes the altar.
So for the first time today, Bergdahl and Harris take a lead. It's 3-2, albeit, but just the same. Bergdahl to serve. Serve out of the middle. Not a good pass, but wow. Transition. Looking for 4. Bergdahl. Cut. Not yet. Free ball opportunity. There's the block. And again, there's the lack of discipline, Randy, on the cover.
You know, I would like to see her partner call out some type of shot on that overset. You know that Carly's coming up to the net, and sure enough, just shuts it down for a big point to go and tie it up now 3-all.
Pyles the serve. Expect her to go cross court. Yes, she does. Middle. There's Harris. Harris, wrist away, Doug. Perfect dig. Wow. Pyles line over. Got it.
Yes, Katie Pyles just really on that ball, digging that ball in a perfect spot. Good point for this team. Now up on the side switch, 4-3.
I have an old saying amongst us coaches: never sacrifice height for the sake of accuracy. We want that first contact to be a little bit higher. See how it's low? What happens is what younger people do, Randy, is now the score is 5-3. What a lot of younger people do to be more accurate, what they find themselves doing, they're still aiming towards the target, but what they don't know is the pass is getting lower and lower. And that's a mistake, because if you miss low, that's a problem. If you miss high, you could still get your hands on it. You know?
You're exactly right. There it is again, a kind of a low pass, but maybe she's just trying to keep the ball in front of her. There's another point opportunity for Pyles over the line. That's exactly, one of my pet peeves. When you go down low, you've got to pop the ball up higher. It's just kind of a natural instinct. Right. You might not feel that indoors because you've got people to cover yourselves.
Right.
But in the game of 2-person volleyball, if the ball gets served short, as it is right there, and there's an ace serve,
wow.
Nobody wants to bend. And when you have to bend, you got to pop that ball up. Give yourself time, because you got to get an approach.
They also don't have to bend by not calling timeout here. I mean, again, we have a general rule. You give up 3 points in a row, automatic timeout. And again, youth and inexperience is taking over here. There's the pass we're looking for. Do you think they can hear us? That's crazy. Oh, the jump bump on 3, and Carly. Let the race begin. And this is a hot mess. And who's going to win this hot mess? It appears Harris and Bergdahl will.
Yeah, Wopat made a bit of a mistake right there by trying to go and pop the ball all the way up to the net. All you got to do is just turn around and pop the ball halfway, stay behind the ball, get fed to the line, and you probably would have been a point opportunity.
Now that first hit, as Carly knuckles it down, that first hit is a testament of the passing that I was talking about before. Get in front of it if it's a lollipop, right? Midline it and just pop it up. There's so many options can happen, right? So many good things can happen from that. Sorry, go ahead, Randy.
Yeah, no, Carly Wopat now serving out of the middle as she did before. She goes right down the pipe as in the first game. Here's going to be an opportunity. She gets a good approach, comes in, good high swing.
Good night. Yeah, that's a great call on that. Randy doing play and color, man. The guy's got my back. He does it all. He even fights crime.
We just
your cat stuck up a tree? No problem. Call Randy.
Just got to fill that airtime as Carly Wopat now goes back to serve out of the middle again. Very interesting, because she scored a number of really good serves from the left side of the court, but now she served, and then she sure enough goes to that same area.
And now the score is 10-5, doubling up their score. And actually, should have been. Were they late on the switch? Is that 9? No, it's 10-4. That's why. That's what's going on. And I'm not sure if not calling a timeout is some kind of concession to the other team having momentum, but sometimes you put your pride in your pocket, man. Just call a timeout. I know you weren't particular.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because there was your automatic timeout with Carly serving that ball in the net. When you switch sides, so important to get that first serve in because I always call it new real estate. It's new real estate for you. It's new real estate for your opponent.
Pretty good pass by Pyles. Pyles cut, gets dug, and wow, another tight set and a point scoring opportunity evades the younger team.
Yeah, Maddie Bergdahl had an opportunity there, kind of crossed up her legs as she's shown it a couple of times, and she kind of shanked that ball up to the right-hand side. It was another point opportunity. And there's 2 mistakes in a row that you really, sometimes that could be the difference of the game.
Yeah, and again, another break. This team is getting more breaks than Lindsay Lohan in court right now. They got to use them. There's an okay pass, not the best set in the world, and I wonder. Okay, all right, nothing to see here on that. Now the score is 12.
Good swing by Pyles, though, turning the ball back to the line. I felt that it wasn't all that great of a set by Carly. It was kind of a little mismangled, but nobody's calling that ball here.
Yep, nothing to see here. You're doing good without the headset, too. That's awesome. Who needs the headset when you're Randy Stokely? And that ball's into the tape, and now we're 2 away from the technical timeout.
Don't give away those easy plays. Get the ball in the court. Let your opponent make the mistake.
What do you think happened there? It just went behind her head, the set? Tell you what, let's see what happens next play. Cross court, and that had a little bit of anger on it. And there's the on-2, not yet. Oh, trying to do a little too much on that is Maddie Harris.
You just don't like to see that, trying to go on a quick 2, especially when your partner goes and dives and gets that ball up. But maybe she knows something that we don't know. But unfortunately, she goes and bumps that ball in the net with another point. When you score those points in a row, it's hard to recover. Game goes too fast.
Got a readjustment on the score. It's 14-6. We're 1 away from the technical timeout. Wopat goes to Harris. That ball gets shot. And batting cleanup. Oh, and out of bounds. And a sigh of relief by Maddie and Maddie as we now enter the technical timeout. And not a lot of activity on the outer courts. I think we got teams warming up on both sides, though. There is some action happening on court 1. It's like I'll take my camera and zoom on that. Let's say we take a look, Randy. What do you say? All right.
We're fortunate enough to see 3 different courts here at the Motherlode. Court 1, 2, and 3. Main court being 2. You're looking at court 1 right now.
Nice. There it is. So we're here at the technical timeout, and two matches so far we've done, and both matches have, the expectations of the higher seeds winning was I don't know, almost seemed unavoidable.
Came to fruition.
There you go. See, that's the best color man in the business, people. I am like, I should be working right now, but for some reason I'm having too good a time to be working. And at some point, I know people are going to be like, Jay, do your job. What are you doing, kid?
Jason, you are awesome. It's incredible to go and work with you. It's a pleasure to work with you, and I'm really happy that I made it to this tournament. Finally made it to this tournament, not only to watch but to commentate with you.
Very interested in playing it back as far as the balance of music and our voices are concerned. And we're back from the technical timeout. There's a pretty good serve, but unfortunately straight to her. Pyles on the teardrop shorty, if you will. Kitty Pyles, formerly at Grand Canyon University, and a lot of talent came in and out during her time, right? Molly Turner, who's on the tour right now. Alexandra Bokovic, also known as Ola, playing for her national team in Poland, doing really good things there. And as far as points is concerned, I think she has a shot at the Olympics. Cross court, and I like the aggression. Of course, she missed, but I'm not sure that she had any other option, right?
Well, she could have had a little bit of an option, and obviously
Tell
that
me.
was to go and hit that ball down the line. But Carly, all of a sudden, for the first time, steps over and takes that cross court. Let's see if she does it again. She aims for the line. Nice ball on two to the corner.
Yeah, but Bergdahl with a little bit of disguise on that poke, right?
Yep.
I think if I were scouting this team, it's probably something that I would expect. I haven't seen Bergdahl use her hands that much, so if she has both hands up, you almost might want to scout out and be ready for the option, if you will. The option.
Harris now back to serve. Let's see where they go after. Now they go into Wopat out of the middle set. Sure enough, I have to say, personally, I would go after Wopat just a little bit more. I know that she's a physical, imposing player, but she looks like she has a little difficulty with the pass reception.
She's more of a better hitter towards the pin and the drifter set than the up and down out of the middle. I think you're right. I think she's a little bit more vulnerable. Now, Katie Pyles, as you can see, running the back set, looks like she's comfortable hitting everywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing how they go and switch up and serve the different partner there, and it doesn't go into their favor. Now, Wopat and Pyles now up 17-9, game two, pretty much in control.
Yeah.
Carly Wopat now goes to the left side of the court to serve this next serve. Let's see if she goes and puts pace on this cross-court serve. There it is again.
Yep, very very similar in similar fashion to the first set, and wow, turning the body on the line and then just kind of like cutting away. Much needed side out for Maddie and Maddie.
And the difficulty there for Wopat is that she's got to be, as the blocker, she's got to run up to the net, which is almost a full step more. She doesn't get there as quick, and she's not able to make the good block. As now there's another good little tap down by Pyles, and that brings us to the side switch.
18-10. 18-10. Very very good elevation, and again, good disguise. Some people run out with their fist and their knuckle leading, and she actually held back and hit it as long as she could.
Pyles now up by 8, 18-10.
Drifter. Wow. Pretty good block.
Yeah,
Pretty good block.
but she was kind of, if you looked at it and put it in a slow motion, she's not squared up to the net. And even after she touches that ball, she's got to be reacting after that second. And she's shaking her hand a little bit, like almost she got kind of a little tweak on the finger as she's,
You think she got
holding it
darted?
right there. A little bit.
Yeah. Oh, man, those are ouchies, man.
Now, this is playing right into their breadbasket. So the right sider is going to receive this serve. No, she side switch it. Very smart serve, kind of changing things up. I like the serve to start off with. There was an opening down that line. It could have been a little bit more accurate, but I love the thought. And I thought she was going to the right sider, serve that ball down the line. I love that thinking.
Me too. I did too. And look, though Carly did get though Katie Powell did turn that lemon pass into lemonade sets. Constant pressure is the way to go in the near future as they continue to go through this tournament.
That's right.
Carly Wopat serving left side to left side. Expect her to do that. That's how she finished the first set. And there she goes. She goes midline and cut. Looking for 20. Pyles. Got it.
Nice set by Carly, putting that ball out to the pin. Beautiful set. One of the better ones of the
Match
game.
point.
Yep.
Match point. Great move by the reigning defending champion of the Motherlode, Katie Pyles, and match point served by the runner-up and her partner, Carly Wopat. Okay pass. Drifter set. She drifted with it. That gets dug for the match. Oh, man.
No, it's really sweet. It's actually great choreographed, putting that ball up into an opportunity. Then she slides over to the right side. Easy 2-game win for Wopat and Pyles. Congratulations to them. The number 1 seed moves on now, 21-11, and I kind of handled that game very, very well.
We want to borrow you for a 5-minute interview. Can you join us back here? Yes, you, young lady. So let's keep it on this. Do me a favor, grab that mic for me. I'm just going to disconnect it and then connect it to this.
as we have Wopat and Pyles coming in to our living room to get a couple
Here's our bunker shot.
questions. And great game, girls.
Do we want Carly?
Yeah,
No, just one at a
Okay,
time. Just
okay.
just one person.
Thank you.
So first of all, how old's your kid?
How old? She's 1.5 now.
Okay, good. We can hear you. Can you hear her okay?
yeah, of course.
Yeah, 1.5. So I asked that, Randy, because last year she just had a kid when she'd won the Motherlode championship.
She was 6 months old last year, and then the year before I was 5 months pregnant. So now that she's like actually here and knows what's going on, it's a little bit more special.
Yeah. So Carly dumped a Katie and got a Katie, and this a little bit longer version of our favorite young lady, right? Katie Spiel is always really good.
Right.
Give me one thing that you thought that Carly did well. I mean, this is a new chemistry for you.
Mhm.
Give me one or two things, and it could be from the neck down. It could be from the muscles between her ears.
Yeah.
But give me one thing you thought she did well out there in this game that made you guys win in relative easy fashion.
Communication, for sure. As a new partnership, you have to rely on talking to each other a lot. And like, we've only played against each other once. We've never just sat down and talked to each other. So having a first game of like getting through our grooves, what we like is setting, how she blocks, like communicating is really important. And she's super easy to talk to. So that made it easy.
One of the things I noticed that Carly was blocking line, or putting up the fingers 1-1.
Yep.
And is that the way you guys want to start off with in regards to playing your defense, where you want to stay in your cross court and try to start from that position?
Yeah, I mean, again, with the new partnership, we just wanted to keep it as simple as possible and kind of get in our groove there. Also, she's an amazing block. So if anything is going up and over her, it's going to give me time.
I just want to share one thing with you. I was practicing with some girls from the Canadian team, Wilkerson, in the 2016 games, and I was playing one of the girls. I can't remember, and I needed to go and practice a little bit because I was going to do an exhibition. So next thing you know, I'm talking to the girls, and I said to her, the first play of the game, I'm gonna start on the line and I'm gonna block the cross court.
Mm-hmm.
And she understands that. I said, I want you to come around and get the shot over the block.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden I do it. I scream, the ball goes up and over the block, and she's nowhere to be found. and she looks at me and she goes, "Well, you're supposed to be blocking the line." And I
Running at the
and I screamed back at her the first play of the game. I said, "I don't block line." Right? And
Don't tell them that.
My point is that Carly Wopat is such a physical specimen that you would think that you would try to send her up to the net, just shutting everything down.
Yeah.
St. John Smith and myself played what was called a close, deep kind of defense, where the ball was close, you shut down the angle, the ball was out, stay back on the line, try to block the shot over the block.
Mm-hmm.
What's your feeling in regards to using Carly to be the most effective player that she can be?
I think we'll definitely have to do that here, even in the second round, when we start coming across bigger hitters. I'm definitely going to use Carly as a tool. And like you're saying, run those 3s and 4s and get up there and just have her take space. Again, because if they're going over her, like you said, setting up that high line shot, that's going to make it super easy for me to run down.
You would like that.
Of course. Yeah. And again, she's so easy to tell, like us working as a team. If I'm like, okay, run a 3, easy.
We said that actually. We said she's a partner where you don't have to deal with your partner, and I'd actually spoken to you about that yesterday a little bit, very briefly. Last question, as you know, it's a long tournament. It finishes Monday. Is there one or two things that you see yourself doing that you just want to tweak, you want to fix a little bit? I thought you did a fantastic job running back sets, creating your string out of the middle, and just having exercising your variety and this and that. Is there one thing you just want to do a little bit better? You actually turned a lot of lemon passes into lemonade sets too, which is great for But go ahead, the floor is yours.
Just the new ball, I think, figuring out the serve and how it hits your platform on the pass. I think it's still going to take some time, even another game. It's probably a balloon, and it hits your arms different. But the serve and up here too, like finding that pop on it, I definitely want to be a little bit more aggressive on that back line, because we'll figure out the pass and set together. But that's the one thing that I can do on my own, the serving.
Question. In regards to jump serving, I haven't seen anybody putting any kind of top spin on the serve. Is it just easier to go and kind of put
I think I think it's the ball. I mean, I don't think it's a bad idea to try, but also we're up here and it's a little bit harder if you really got to get that spin on it to get it
If
to
you
go
don't
in.
finish, like Randy, if you don't finish the whole thing, that's
Well, think about
gone.
literally a balloon. When you hit it like this, it sails up. So it's like you have to make sure you wrap on it to get it. But I'm sure we'll see some people maybe later on in the tournament try it,
All right.
especially guys.
All right, cool. Katie Pyles, ladies and gentlemen. That's her, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Of course.
Thank you, Katie.
We're gonna put that microphone back. Katie, can you plug that mic back in so we can pretend nothing happened here? Hey, like I said, class act, Randy. Very good volleyball player, just an absolute savage on defense. And like I said before, ran a variety of different kinds of sets out of the middle, back sets to the pin. So, looking up.
Yeah, from what I saw, she's going to be like the captain of the team, really kind of settling Wopat down and kind of guiding their team into what is going to be hopefully a victory here in Aspen.
Yep. All right, Randy. Hey, listen, guys, stay with us for the next one. We're going to take a little bit of a break, okay? Get a little lunch, and then we're expected to be back between, I guess, sometime at 1:00. All right. But for now, for Randy Stokely, there he is. I'm Jason DeVeas. This has been absolutely fun. We'll see you in a bit. Stay with us.